Right then. So I've written down a recipe that we're doing today. Weighed everything out. We're making cheese scones. I also want to do TikTok food hacks, but that's for another day. But I do want to try out some of the TikTok food hacks that everyone's doing. That is on the to-do list. So for this, I'm missing one ingredient, but we'll have to make two. 225 grams self-raising flour with a pinch of salt. 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which I don't have. 55 grams of butter. 125 grams of cheddar grated. I have 115 because that's all that's left. 90 mils of milk. And I'm going to get an egg for egg wash on top. So the first thing you need to do is preheat the oven, get a tray ready, and then we start mixing everything. I'm going to put some greaseproof paper on here. Do you have any? What are you going to do? So before we start, I'd like to say Meals in a Mug Part 2 will be coming later next week, because it's Sunday and the week begins on Monday. So coming up within the next week, Meals in a Mug Part 2 and TikTok food hacks. Maybe Part 1 or 2, depends how the first one goes. But like and subscribe on this video anyway, and let's get going. This is something that I tried to pick something that everyone had in their cupboards. A recipe that most people would have the ingredients to at home, because you don't want to be going out to get stuff if it's not necessary, or you just have to wait till your next food shop. So I thought, let's do something that everyone has at home. So this is something you should have. If you don't, like, you get with baking powder, it is self-raising flour, so it's alright. But if you don't have self-raising flour, you can use plain flour, but you have to have baking powder. So it's either like, if it turns out this isn't self-raising, it's plain, that is completely fine as long as you do have the baking powder that I don't have. But mine's self-raising, so it's fine. And I have sieved this, so make sure you sieve your flour. If you don't have a sieve, then you can't, but it is better to sieve it. So, and I've written down everything in my book of what to do. So we need so it's 225 grams self-raising flour plus extra for dusting, pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon of baking powder, chilled butter, cheese, milk and egg for egg wash. So you're going to put all your flour into the bowl. You're going to put all your butter in. You're going to get your hands in. You're basically going to make this. I should probably move the pen, but it's too late now. You're going to make this. The butter should be chilled. Butter, like quite cold butter. Ideally it should be a block butter cut into tiny cubes, chilled. So you need to get the block out, cut it into the cubes, and then put it back in the fridge. If you haven't, it's pretty much, not half, but it's like a quarter of the amount of butter to the flour. Obviously, you can't see anyone, like when you bake stuff at home, which more people are doing now, you normally give them to family members or grandmas and grandads to try your baking that you've been doing at home. You can't do that anymore. You can't share your food with anyone apart from in your house. So if you do want to half the recipe, then go for it, because only be you and whoever else is in your house eating it. You can't go around sharing foods anymore. So once that is breadcrumb consistency, wash your hands to get all like the residue off. Fully wash them to get everything off. Try and get every little last bit off, you don't want any residue going in. Then you fully dry them. I've wet my arm, which didn't really help the situation. A spoon or a wooden spoon is fine for the next bit. So I'm going to put my pen back in there. So this is my book that I write all my schedules on. Today's live workout is a dance cardio workout, and there is evening yoga, but I might be doing this but we are doing a dance cardio workout and an evening and the yoga as well. So today's a busy day, so you're going to stir in, you're going to put in all the cheese and just stir in. I'm about 10 grams short, but not much. I have got a block of red Leicester I could grate, but I'm only 10 grams short, so. And then you make a well in the middle, and then you put, not maybe all of it, maybe half or 3/4, like most of it, but not all of it. You may not need all of it, depending on how sticky it gets. You don't want it too sticky. I've actually put the flour away. And you need the flour back out. When it gets to like a thick consistency like this, you do have to get your hands in. That's why you can't have any residue left. That's why you can't have any residue left on your hands. My sleeves don't actually roll up any more than they are now. Actually, this is quite good consistency. I don't need that rest of that milk. If you don't have an egg, you can egg wash with milk, but it won't be a golden colour. You won't get the colour the same. But I need to preheat the oven. So preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Okay, if you want the measurements in ounces, I don't know, because I did have the ounces for the shortbread, because I was going to do shortbread, but then I decided that was a bit too easy. I love scones. I would eat all these in like a day or two. It's really good when I'm working out every day, so it's all grand. I've got my new, not new anymore, but I've only used it like once. I've had it a few months, but I've only actually used it once. And this is my flour drench. I don't know what flour is actually in this. I can't remember what flour got put in this, whether it's plain flour or self-raising. But either way, I was looking for one of these for ages and ages and ages. I finally found one in the designer outlet and bought it. You don't use a rolling pin, you just kind of like flatten it down with your hand. But these are the cutters I have. You need a deepish one. These are actually, that's deeper but smaller. So I might use that, or I've got a bigger one. But I'll decide in a sec. So you get your mixture out, all these bowls. You actually can't tell those all. I need to rinse the milk out of that. I need to put an egg in it. So before you do anything, you're going to put one egg in it. Oh, we only have 2 eggs left, I did not know that. Then you want to give your egg a whisk up. So with a fork, we're going to give these a whisk Right, so you put it on here. You basically flatten it out with your hands like this. I like the smaller one, or there won't be that many scones. You don't actually get that many out of a mixture like this. So, and then you kind of flatten it with your hands. And when you egg wash it, you go across the sides. You don't actually get that many out of this, so I probably wouldn't half recipe if I were you. They do rise up, but that's only if you've got self-raising flour or baking powder. It does say you need both, but I'm probably going to make 5 out of mine. So it isn't actually that much at all, this recipe that I found. Doesn't actually make all that many, but it doesn't actually matter. You need a pastry brush now. When you can't share them with anybody, then you can't actually share these with anyone. And if no one else that you live with likes them, then you could potentially be having them all to yourself. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. You actually don't need a whole egg, so you could, depending on what you do with your egg, keep the rest of your egg and put it with some scrambled egg. I might put my egg in the fridge, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it, but it's going to go in the fridge. You can use it for, yeah, the ideal cutter would have been the one with the jagged edges, but I don't seem to have one of them. I didn't really make that many at all, which is, anyway, especially when you can't share them, it's not necessarily a bad thing. So these now go in the oven for 15 minutes or until golden brown and cooked through. So I'll put this in the oven, come back in 15 minutes and we'll see how they look. If you don't like cheese, you can always do scone. If you don't like cheese, which I know quite a few people don't like cheese, literally what you can do is instead of the instead of the cheese, put raisins in it, or dried fruit if you want savoury one. If you want sweet ones, if you want a sweet version, simply just put raisins in instead of cheese, and it's the exact same recipe. So yeah, or dried fruit, any dried fruit you want. If you don't like cheese, I much prefer cheese ones. Cut that in half, whack some butter in. I love a cheese scone, or maybe not even butter, but I love a cheese scone. So these go in 15 minutes. My oven's been preheated for 15 minutes. No, my oven's been preheated for 5 minutes. Now I'm going to put them in. I need to sort the shells in now. Top shelf, and I'm going to set a 15-minute timer on my phone. Clear this up. Put my egg in the fridge. Oh yeah, put your egg in the fridge, but put it with some like cling film on. I do recommend when shops do open getting yourself one of these because it's much handier. But I can't remember what flour went in this, or whether it's in date. I presume the flour still is in date. So this flour drencher is a Pro Cook flour drencher. I think it was like £2-3. No, I think it was £4.99 actually. Anyway, you can get it with a fiver. So whilst they're cooking, on my to-do list, if you don't know, I'm doing workout videos every single day, so that's something to check out. Yoga is Sunday, so it's nighttime yoga today. I've also done some gardening. I'm doing a workout live. Got a run to do. The live quiz, it is on my schedule. Whether I get round to doing it, I don't know, because this video is taken over. But this video will be up and scheduled at 4 PM tomorrow. So make sure you are, well, it's Sunday today, so Monday at 4 PM this video will be out. And yeah, I do really want to, I am keen to do Meals in a Mug Part 2, because on the first Meals in a Mug we did a macaroni cheese, which I completely didn't think would work. and we also did a cake. I want to do some more meals in a mug. That is on my to-do list at some point this week coming up. Also my week list is, on the week's list, is to do, everyone, even people that can't cook or never cooked before, been doing this, and I can cook, so I'm like, well, I might as well try it. TikTok food hacks. There have been some, I've watched some people do videos of them, quite a few people do them, and they actually seem to all work. Some people can't cook so they fail, but the actual idea works. But most of them seem to work, so at some point meals in a mug part 2 is coming out, and also TikTok food hacks. Any other videos you want me to do, just leave it down below and I will do them. And these scones probably take another 10 minutes from about now, so I'll clean this up and come back and let you know how they are, but I do recommend this. Welcome back and look at how good they are. They are still really hot, so I'm struggling to touch it, and they came off that tray, and that, I would put that in the bin, but it's very hot. They've been here for literally about 30 seconds. But look at how good they look. They look impressive. They look delicious. I don't know whether I can put them here. Actually, no, that's not gonna work. So anyway, so in this sort of 10-15 minute slot that I had, when they were cooking, they were in for a maximum of 18 minutes. In the cooking slot I had, I cleaned this table, as you can see. I moved all the stuff over to the sink, and I fully emptied the dishwasher. I haven't yet filled it, just because these were done. I also had to change my jumper. If you noticed before, I was wearing a pink one, now I'm wearing a purple one. That's because I got all flour and rubbish on it, so I had to go and change jumper. But these, honestly, I can't tell you how nice these smell, and I can't wait to eat one. But if I eat, I won't be able to eat a whole one now because I've got to work out and run. Well, I could, but then I might have to wait half an hour before I can exercise, which is fine because my workout live, my workout live is due in 5 minutes. It's 5 to 4. But they smell so nice. And with it being egg rather than milk, you get that nice golden colour, and you hear the tap at the bottom. Can you hear that tap? I'll come closer to the camera, but it's hot on my fingers. That hard tap. Yeah, so now we need to cut one open. It's up to you if you put a bit of butter inside. I would, but just for the purpose and the quickness of this video, I'm not going to put any butter in. I should have probably cut one up earlier because they are extremely hot. I'll show you like the inside of one. They are cooked. That's like the inside of one. They smell delicious. I think a bit of ketchup. I don't know where the ketchup goes with this. Oh, who has egg and ketchup? That's something we've been debating recently. Also, loads of people, apart from my family, I think here you meant to, but everyone says scone, and I say scone, a cheese scone. If you've got your fruit ones, it's just the exact same recipe, just fruit. I also know a lot of people that don't eat cheese as well. Don't know. I absolutely love cheese. I was going to do some cheese straws as well, but then I'm like, I don't actually want loads of scones and loads of cheese straws when it's pretty much the same recipe anyway. But then this didn't actually make as many as I thought. So, but if you think about it, I wouldn't want any more than this because you can't share them with people because you're not allowed to see them and you're stuck at home. You can only really share them with people in your house. So I probably don't want more than 5 of these, to be honest. If I was sharing them with other people, like grandparents, my dad, other people outside the house, then I would probably want double this. But because it's only in the house, I wouldn't want more than this. I think it's a good amount. But if you have got a big family, then you might want more. But if there's only like 2 of you that's in your house, then you might not want more than this. Because after a day or 2, they will start going hard. So I would eat all these within the first 2 or 3 days if possible. They will start going hard. But when you put milk on them, the colour might not be as dark on the top. Oh my god, this is so nice. Anyway, you are probably likely to have all the ingredients. I will put the ingredients down below, but it is so nice. I can see myself eating all of these. When I'm working out in Marin, I can afford to. And anyway, these, you are likely to have all the ingredients in at home. It is only, as you saw, flour, salt, butter, baking powder if you have it, milk, cheese, or dried fruit. They're probably going to last a few days, but they're so nice. I'm going to give them an 8.5 out of 10. Maybe a 9 out of 10, that's how good they are. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you come and check out any workout videos that I do. And yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you very soon for another video. Thank you and goodbye. Actually, I'll see you for a workout video every day, so this video is going to be up Monday at 4 PM. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe.